WordPress offers quite a few settings options. In this video, we'll walk through them, at least some of them, so you'll have a good understanding of which settings you'd like to customize. From the WordPress dashboard, locate the Settings menu. If you hover over this menu, you'll see a submenu appear with options for general, writing, discussions, reading, media, permalinks. To get started, let's visit General Settings. The first thing you'll notice in General Settings is your site title and tagline. You'll want to make sure these titles match your site because your site title will be visible in Google search results. By default, WordPress includes "just another WordPress site" as your site's tagline. You'll probably want to update this tagline to be descriptive of your site because it will also show up in Google search results for your site. The next section is the WordPress address or site URL. For the site address URL, you can enter the address if you want your site homepage to be different from the directory where you've installed WordPress. In most cases, it's probably best to leave these two URLs alone. Next, you'll see your email address that's used for administrative purposes, like new user notifications. Below that are settings for membership with WordPress, who you allow to register for the site. This is a great feature if you're running a membership site. The new user default role is by default set to subscriber. You'll probably want to leave this setting alone since you don't want to grant administrative privileges to anyone that registers for your site. Next is the time zone. Scroll through the list to select the city in the same time zone as you are. Keep in mind this date format will be visible on blog posts. If you have any questions about this format, you can check out the documentation on date and time formatting by clicking the link below this section. Last on the time format and week starts on. Once you've updated these changes, click Save Changes. Next, let's visit the Writing Settings page. From the menu on the left, click to open the Writing Settings page. All the settings on this page apply to writing and publishing content for your site. The top section controls the editor within the dashboard, while the rest control external publishing methods. In the first section, you'll see options for formatting and default categories and formats of posts. The next section is the Press This Bookmarklet. Press This is a bookmarklet that makes it easy to blog about things you find on the web. To use it, just drag the Press This link on your screen to your bookmark bar on your browser. Once it's in the toolbar, just click on it while you're on another website to open a pop-up window for sharing content. The Post via email address allows you to send an email to your site with post content. To use this, you'll need to set up a secret email account with a POP3 access, and any email received at that address will be posted. For this reason, it's a good idea to keep this address secret. The last section is for update services. When you publish a new post, WordPress will automatically notify the update services listed here. For more information, check out the Update Services link in this section. Again, click the Save Changes button at the bottom of the screen before you move on to the next settings area. Now you can work on your reading settings. This screen controls the settings that affect the display of your site. Here you can choose what is to be displayed on the front page of your site, either the latest posts or you've created a fixed or static page. Once you've created a few pages, these pages will be listed here as an option for what to show on the front page and what to show for your post page. The next section is where you can control the display of the content in your RSS feed, including the maximum number of posts to display and whether or not to show the full text or simply a summary. You must click the Save the Changes at the bottom of the screen for these settings to take place. The last section is for search engine visibility. If you'd like search engines to ignore your site, click the checkbox next to discourage search engines from indexing this site. This might be helpful if you're currently developing the site and you're not ready for it to be indexed by search engines. Again, click the Save Changes button at the bottom of the screen to update these changes. Now we can move to the discussion settings. This screen provides a lot of options for management of comments and controlling links to your posts and pages. The first section is the default article settings. This setting deals with links you make to other blogs. The second deals with pingbacks and trackbacks, or links back to your blog from other people's sites. The third setting area is the default article setting that allows people to post comments on new articles or posts. If you'd rather not allow people to comment on your posts, simply uncheck this box. In the other comment settings, you can also choose the guidelines for how people post comments and how their comments are handled. Next, you can choose to be emailed when someone posts a comment or when a comment is held in moderation. The Before a comment appears section deals with how comments are published. Here you can choose if an administrator must always approve comments, or if you want to publish automatically if the commenting author has a previously approved comment. In the comment moderation area, you can customize how a comment is held based on the number of links. And in this box, you can also choose words, names, URLs, emails, and even IP addresses to filter comments in the moderation queue. Both this section and the comment blacklist section are great for helping defend your blog against spam comments. Next, take a look at the avatar section. An avatar is a profile image you can assign to your email address when you comment on an avatar-enabled site. Here you are enabling the display of avatars for people who comment on your site. Filter by their ratings or choose a default avatar for people who don't already have a custom one of their own. If you don't already have an avatar, visit gravatar.com to upload your own. Make sure to click the Save Changes button at the bottom of this page, and we'll move on to the media settings. The media settings page allows you to set maximum sizes for images inserted into the body of a post. These settings are great for saving time if you're always wanting images to look the same size, or if you want to apply default settings for medium and large image sizes. The Uploading Files option allows you to select whether or not your uploads are organized and how they're organized. Click Save Changes, and now you can move on to the last settings page for permalinks. Permalinks are the permanent URLs to individual pages and blog posts, as well as categories and tag archives. Basically, a permalink is a web address used to link to your content that is permanent and never changes, and that's why they're called permalinks. This screen allows you to choose your default permalink structure. You can choose from common settings or create custom URL structures. By default, WordPress uses web URLs, which have question marks and a lot of numbers in them. You'll probably want to change your permalinks here to another structure to improve the aesthetics, usability, and forward compatibility of your links. If you'd like more information on setting up your permalinks, click the Help tab button at the top of the screen. Here you'll get information on common settings and structures to help select your permalink structure. Okay, that was a lot of WordPress settings. It's a lot to go over, but walking through all the settings options of your WordPress site will help save you a lot of time in the long run.